100% skip. Game is trash. Zero effort on housing. Looks like a low-tier mobile game with PS2 graphics. Zero effort on housing. When I first read this comment, I was taken aback. I was like,
zero effort on housing? Did we watch the same thing?
I channeled my inner solid age and I took this on as a challenge. So let's talk about housing. So the housing is going to be in its first steps. Right now we're just looking at the apartments inside the Skylight Inn. Now Skylight is our starter zone, our hub zone for all the players in Wayfinder, but we have confirmation that there will be more zones for players to play in. And this was in one of the podcast videos I did, live streams, where Sir Snarf, the community manager, came in and shared that information with us. But after they get done doing the apartments and working on all these features and stuff they have for that, the next big step is going to be neighborhoods. With neighborhoods, we're gonna have houses in various sizes and then guild neighborhoods. So at the neighborhood level, we're gonna be able to purchase a plot of land, and then we'll have various different types of houses that we can decide to put in certain parts on that plot of land. So like if we want it in the left corner or the right corner, turn left or turn right, we'll be able to do that with our houses. Then we'll have some outside decoration we can put out there, maybe even some artifacts and some trophies, which I'll get into here shortly. We're gonna be able to visit other people's houses. That's the plan, and see what they look like. So we'll be able to visit our neighbors' houses kind of like they do in Final Fantasy XIV. And then we'll also have friends be able to put artifacts, which I'll go into later, in our house that we can activate and use in the game if we have the available power to do so. They want to have neighborhood quests where the community gets together and work towards a common goal. So they're really focused on building this as a community. And this is one of the things they said when they first started talking about Wayfinder, when they first showcased it back in the Game Awards, and everybody was kind of like giving them interviews. One of the things that they really wanted to focus on and what they were building Wayfinder around is that sense of community. And that's where that MMO-like aspect comes from. So it's gonna have its own game, and they really wanted to have a strong community in that game so people can just keep playing it and getting along with everybody. Guild neighborhoods are also going to be in the game eventually, and that's going to be an evolution of neighborhoods. And I'm kind of curious how that's going to work. Is it going to lock down like a whole guild? Will the guild master have to buy like the neighborhood and put plots for everybody? Will it be like different shops, like if there's crafting shops? I'm not sure how they're going to go. They're going to go even more in depth with that system or not. So I'm kind of curious how guild neighborhoods are actually going to work. Inside of our living space, when we get into that, is a pretty big spacious area. I was really surprised by what I was seeing in the little video they have here. It's a lot of room to put different stuff. I was even more surprised when Snarf cleared out the room and it was just like a plain empty slate of a room. Like even the stove was gone. I was like, the stove was an item too? So that's a lot of customization going on into this to make it feel like something that you own and not just a cookie cutter concept of something. Like we go in a new world, everybody has a fireplace pretty much already there. Well, if this was fireplaces in Wayfinder, then you have to put the fireplace exactly where you would want it to be. And that's a huge difference in making something have its own unique feel. Windows and stuff are kind of still placed in their own areas based on the room, but like everything else in there I thought was pretty cool. There are 3 types of items that we can place inside of our rooms in the houses and apartments. It's gonna be decor items, which are just like your basic cosmetics, beds and tables, you know, stuff that doesn't do anything, is just there for the looks. And then we're gonna have artifacts and then trophies. Artifacts are a house item that gives you power, and you can only earn them in the game. You can't buy them because they're not selling like advancing power type things here in the game. So you can't buy them from the store. Most of them are gonna come from bosses, and when you put them in your house, you'll be able to equip the artifact power similar to the ecosystem, where you'll have a set amount of artifact power, and the item will have a power cost that uses up some of that power. An example they showed was the Grand Deceiver artifact, which costs 5 power to equip, and when it's activated, it will increase gold that drops in the world from chests and other sources. Another is the Storm Twins artifact, which will apply a small heal to nearby allies when using a healing ability. Some of these will be better for groups and other will be better solo, and you'll be able to swap between which ones are active when you're not in your house. They just have to be placed inside your home to be activated. The amount of artifact power that you can equip depends on the size of your house. It kind of works like the ecosystem, where like the higher level you are, the more slots you can put in for your echoes, and there's no buying power. Trophies are a mix between artifacts and decor, not as powerful as artifacts, but you can interact with them for things like buffs, items, and other things on a daily basis, depending on what it is. Because there is some power associated with them, these are also earnable in game and won't be sold in the store. A couple of examples that we saw are a shrine that you can give imbuements to get a relative buff, the Skeleton Thief's Chest, which grants you 1 skeleton key per day, day, and they mentioned adding a jukebox that plays in-game music, being an example of a trophy that they are planning to add later. Now there is something else that's not really part of the housing system, but can be placed inside of your house or room or apartment, and that is pets. Now I kind of want to go over the pet system right now. It's not 100% functional right now, so it's not really much to go over. They're calling it Pets version 1. Now all you can do with the pets is put them in your house and, you know, kind of pet them, but it doesn't show the animation for petting because that's not in there yet either. So that's all you can really do. Eventually you're going to have them running around with you in the game. If they don't have a cost to them, maybe they'll all like pick up some items, but your items kind of automatically go to you, it looks like. So maybe not, but they'll just have them running around with you. I wonder if they'll run around with you in the echo, in the gloom as well. Eventually we will be able to customize the floor surface. You know, if you want to change it to like a tile floor or wood planks or whatever, and wallpapers and other things of that nature. So I don't know where zero effort came from. It seems like it has a lot of effort put into the housing system and where they want to take it. Like this is a very in-depth system for what this game appears to be. Like I was not expecting it. Like I was really surprised seeing this, and I don't think anybody was really expecting the housing system to be so in-depth. So to see zero effort housing system is really interesting. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and make sure you hit the subscribe button and click this next video for more information on Wayfinder. Peace.